What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at the Olight OPen Mini. This thing is so tiny. This is the mini bolt action pen by Olight. It is relatively inexpensive. It is like an entire $13. Um, at this point in time, only the OD green is available as far as like what I'm looking for. I guess I could have gone and waited for like the purple or the orange to drop, but I just wanted to go ahead and get one so I could feel it in my hand. I do have my eyes on the purple. I'm going to pick up a purple one to go along with that Warrior, or no, what was it? Paton 3 Pro Max, I think. Oh, come on. Uh, I did order this one from Amazon. I recently did a video on an Ace Beam Pocket Light, and I went ahead and just ordered this with it. I had a little bit of extra Amazon credit in there, so I just ordered one of these guys just so I could see how I like it before I get the purple one in. Nothing behind here. So there you go. Here is your standard disclaimer from Olight. And let's get into this. So this is the super tiny OPen Mini. Yeah, there you go. There's your standard Olight branding. And then you do have your bolt action right here. I'm going to assume that is a magnet. No, not a magnet. I'm not 100% sure what that is on the end of this. Probably just, I don't know. It sure looked like a magnet for a second. Doesn't seem so though. But this thing right here, this comes with one refill. So if you have any of like the OPen Pros or the Pro 2s, how it gives you, they give you two refills. This is only one. This guy right here, it looks as though it takes the same refill as your standard Olight, or OPen, excuse me. This is the RFOL182XBK. This actually has a number on it, 206. So we'll put that back in here in just a second. So here you go. This thing is a hollow machined aluminum. Pretty nice. It doesn't feel very slick, even this size. And I'm just going to go ahead and say right off the bat, this thing is probably too tiny for me to do normal writing with. But that's not really what it's intended for. This would be something that I just throw in my pocket whenever I'm heading to the store or something, and I'm not going to carry my Pro with me. Does come with a little bit of, it looks like, lubrication on there. Probably just to keep the threads from seizing up. Tiny pocket clip. So let's go ahead and put this guy back together. There we go. Awesome. Okay, that was easy. As far as manipulation goes, you know, it feels you are gonna write on your hand a lot. If you're like me and you got big hands, I say this, I've said this a couple times. 6'2", 215-ish pounds. If I try to manipulate this like I normally would, I guess I could keep it just slightly lower in my hand, but I guess it feels better like this. And if I do this, I am totally going to ink up my hand. Not a huge deal. I mean, you can always just manipulate it with two hands if you need to, but this is not something that I would write with all the time, for me personally. Now, as far as the pen itself goes, this is, I mean, it's machined very nice. It is, I love that it's kind of skeletonized right here. It is super light. Not a whole lot of weight here. Like I said, there's your super tiny pocket clip. But everything, as far as like this, and you know what? Like looking at this right here, let's talk about the pocket clip for a second. So Olight makes really hardcore clips on their pens. There is a lot of retention there. So if I go to, like, say one of my OPen Pros and I try to pull this clip back, that's about as far as I get her. And these things, man, these things are pants chewers. I swear. Putting this thing in and out of my pocket, I have ripped so many stitching out, like so many little stitches out of my pocket, like from different jeans, from this just catching on the stitches and then just pulling out. So I actually stopped carrying this in my jeans, and now I carry it in like a jacket pocket whenever I'm at work, or I just leave it on my desk. I don't actually slide that in my pocket anymore. This, however, This seems like this would fit in a pocket relatively easy, if that was your intention. Now, as far as like a pocket organizer, you know, if you're using something like this, probably a better fit. I mean, you know, anything bigger, this is probably going to get lost. And in a pocket organizer, in a pocket organizer like this is just a simple Amazon. I think it's like $15, maybe if not less. This guy is going to fit good. It's actually a perfect size for an organizer like this. You could carry it on this side or just slide it back here if you wanted to. But just clipping it onto something like this is great. You actually don't even have to clip it. That's as far down as it goes, even without it being clipping or clipped. It's at the very, very bottom. So this is a great organizer for a pin that big. If you were to use something like this Viper 8 or like a yellow birch or anything like that, and you slide this in here, it'll fit in that last pocket. You might have to push, yeah, there you go. Push it out from the bottom to get them out. It'll still fit. You could just clip it on like that. That's probably a better fit. I would not I would not put it in. See, even that's a little bit of a struggle. I would not put it in something this big, because then you're probably going to have a little bit of issues trying to get it out of there. So for something like this, you want a smaller organizer if you carry it in an organizer. This thing comes in at, let's see, figure out how to use my tape measure real quick. Just shy of 4 inches, about 3 3/4. So it is tiny, tiny, tiny. When we compare it to the Pro models, it is a massive difference, and this one comes in at just at 6 inches when you measure in the laser on the end. So let's just put these side by side so you can just get a good idea. We'll go tip to tip. And there you go. Huge, huge, huge difference size-wise. This is definitely a lot more carry friendly. We'll go ahead and put up next to, this is the Zebra F402. This is a pretty common pin that people carry. If you wanted to compare it to something a little bit more, you know, economic, this would be the size difference. This isn't too bad. I mean, you've got like an extra inch on the 402. So when you compare it to something like that, this is not that small, but compared to like the OPen Pro, who has even more size on that 402, I mean, this is tiny compared to something like that. So we'll just throw a couple things in there just so you can get an idea if you don't own a 402. Here it is next to a Sharpie. Here it is next to a highlighter. It's little. It's definitely not big. I mean, I've got my little utility knife that I carry is just a hair smaller than that guy. And I mean, whenever I actuate this and put the blade out, we're talking the same size as a utility knife. So it's little. It is definitely meant for a pocket. It's definitely meant to carry around every day. I like it. I like it to have it as like a backup pen. And just in case you were wondering, we'll just do this really, really quick. Take that off. Take this out. Let me grab this guy. There you go. So no issues there. It does take the same refills as the Pro models. So I'm going to move this out of the way. And then let's see how she writes. So there we go. I see. It is pretty fidgety. And actually, I think, don't quote me yet. Don't quote me yet. I'm sure it's the same bolt action, but let's just see. For some reason, my Pros sometimes feel a little mushy. Yeah, let's see. We're just gonna, I want you to hear it. There's me fidgeting a couple times, and here's on the Mini. So the Mini is actually a whole lot more tactile than the Pro. They do have the same knob. Well, they don't. They're actually a little different. It looks like the milling is the same as far as the actual bolt action notch goes that it actuates in. A little bit larger on this guy, so you got to get more. You got to put a little bit more oomph into it. It does click back into place, but for this guy, whenever I actuate down and I just barely have to click that thing, and he goes flying back into the spot. So that's cool. It does feel nice. It's fun to fidget. This is actually, realistically, even if you didn't use this as a pin, this is a $13 fidget toy for your pocket. I mean, I realistically, and it has a second purpose of writing. Come on, that's actually, I mean, that's actually pretty good value. So as for, oh man, now like I said, for me, I don't know about writing with this thing. This is gonna be hard to hold on to, but I'm gonna give it a shot here. So let's see. We'll just go Olight OPen Mini. Oh, mine. That's what I get for looking at the camera. So there you go. I mean, it does write nice. I mean, it has that standard. It has that standard open, or I guess Olight refill. Yeah. Let's see. There you go. So it sticks out just enough. This is nice. For $13, I mean, come on. This is great. I mean, it's anodized aluminum. It's green, which I don't carry a lot of green. I'm a copper boy. I'm recently probably going to build like a brass setup, or I was thinking like a titanium and purple. So this will probably ride around in a backpack for the most part. But I mean, you know, I like it. The size is what gets me. I like the size to carry as a backup versus having it as like my main source of writing. Let me get this out of the way. One more look. Here we go. One more look. And like I said, not 100% sure what the top of this is. It almost looks like somewhere where you put a magnetic charger, but there's nothing in here to charge. So I'm not, you know, I was checking Olight's website. It doesn't really say anything about that. I mean, it could just be a flat surface to tail stand it, considering that you can't do that with their pro models because it has a laser and it tilts off to the side. So you really can't do a tail stand with it. I mean, so that is kind of nice. But aside from that, I don't know why they did. You know, it's neither here or there. I'm probably rambling too much. Well, we'll just go ahead and say this is the OPen Mini from Olight. It is $13 from the website, $13 from Amazon. I would buy it from the website. I just picked it up on Amazon because I had the credit. If you buy it from the website, there's always discounts you can use. You can use my link down at the bottom to get a discount on it. As far as the purple one goes, that actually goes on sale in a couple days. And if you buy the Baton 3 Pro Max, you get the purple one for $1. Or you could just buy it standard. I think they're just going to run it on sale for like $10. So the purple is going to be cool. I'm definitely going to pick up the purple. I think I'm going to get it with the magnesium alloy Pro Max. We'll see. We'll see what I end up with. I'm still moving things around in my cart, try to figure out what I want. So once I get there, you'll know what I picked because it'll be on the channel. Anyways, that is going to be it. This was just a quick look at the OPen Mini from Olight. If you enjoyed this video, please like and consider subscribing. I do my best to post daily. Please check back for future content, and I will see you on the next one.